Hi. Good. How are you? Yes. No, I don't think.
Ariana, I like your bangs.
Thank you.
So cute.
They're so hard to like manage though, because my hair is so thin. They look so stringy all the time.
I know you have to constantly be.
Yes, and my mom says stop touching your bangs, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help it. Yeah, I tried that tonight and hairspray. Hopefully it's on.
Yes, I'm working on it. Give me a sec. Thank you. I think my camera's a little dirty though. Maybe.
Is there anything you would like to share? Maybe.
No.
Oh,
No. So she's asking, I actually don't know where I'm going to college right now. It's still in flux and I still have a couple days to decide. So I know that's one of the questions you're going to be asking. And so, yeah.
That's okay. It's a totally yeah. And it's especially life right now.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, you have a lot of good places to choose between. So whatever.
I do. I really do.
It's going to be great.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and transition us over to live. And then we'll just wait the 5 minutes on there. I'll do the sound check. And then Ketty will just do the same thing we've been doing. Hello, can everybody hear us? If you guys want to say testing also, just to make sure I have your sound as well.
Testing, testing.
Testing.
Yep, they can hear us. How's y'all summer been so far?
Pretty good. I got one college class out of the way already.
Oh, that's
So I didn't
awesome.
Already? Like,
Yeah.
done?
Yeah, it was 3 weeks. And so, yeah, I started at the beginning of May. I'm done.
What class was that?
It's called mindfulness, and it was like about how to reduce stress through meditation. It was
That's
really
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure Ketty loves that one.
Yeah, for sure. That's right up my alley.
Yep, that is awesome.
Did you do that for your school, Ariana, or did you do it through TCC?
I did it through my school.
That's awesome.
It was really fun.
A bona fide college student.
Yes.
Wow. That's so exciting. Are you doing any other classes this summer?
I'm doing a scientific methods class at the end of this month. That should be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get to have much communication with the other students in the class?
Yeah, we would like break out into different things through Zoom. And so I had partners like all the time, and we all got to know each other really quickly. It was so nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So like you'll have some friendly faces on campus when you get there.
Yes, for sure. And I'm in 2 group chats, so I know all those people too. And we've like FaceTimed.
That's awesome.
Do y'all have any vacations planned at all? No, just staycations, right? COVID has just like changed life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Dallas. That's not a vacation. I have a dance intensive thing.
Oh,
like
awesome.
so not too far, but
Yeah.
wait.
Is that something like a weekend thing, or how long will you be there?
It's 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. Are you going to stay in Dallas or make the drive every day?
I have a friend that lives in Dallas, and so I'm just gonna stay with her, and she's doing the dance project with me. So
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna get to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good. I wouldn't want to have to make that drive every day.
Is that the same dance thing that you did last summer in Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really cool because there's all these dancers from all over that come, and I got a lot of like college advice too from those girls. So.
All right. Well, I think we're good. We can go ahead and get started. Ketty, if you want to do the introductions.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, everybody. I'm Ketty Van Dyke. I'm the middle school and high school counselor at FWAFA. And one of the big parts of my job is to help our awesome seniors get into the college of their dreams. And so a couple of our seniors this year had the great idea of sharing what they learned with you guys. And so we started with the 2 of them with musical theater on Monday. We've talked to music students, last night with visual art students, and we are rounding out the week with our 2 beautiful dancers. And so tonight we have with us Ariana and Candace, and they're going to talk to us about the dance audition process. So ladies, to start us off, will you talk to us about which schools you applied to?
Okay, so I applied to PACE, Point Park, TCU, and OCU. but I only auditioned for one school, which was OCU, because for the dance audition, you have to apply to even get a date for the dance audition. You have to like apply to the school first. And so I applied to those 4 schools, but I retracted my applications after I auditioned for OCU.
Yeah, I applied for Baylor, TCU, OU, ORU or Roberts University, Belhaven University, Point Park. Yeah, I think that's all of them. So quite a few, not all of them are dance schools.
Did you audition in dance in some of those schools, Candace?
Yes, I auditioned at TCU, at ORU, and at OU.
Can you guys tell us what the audition process looks like? So Ariana, you already mentioned that you apply to those schools to academically make it in before you audition. Is that correct?
Yes. So I had applied to all of my schools by October because I was doing the early decision dance auditions for every school. And so my OCU audition was October 23rd or around that area. And so I auditioned and I found out 2 weeks later if I got in or not. And so I found out that I got in, and my TCU audition was literally the week after I found out that I got in. So I called them and I told them that I couldn't do it. But yeah, I had applied to all my schools by October.
Say the question one more time.
Can you just tell us like what the process was? What does your audition look like?
So, I mean, you normally apply to the school and the program separately. And so this audition, like what the audition looks like, right? So you go in, there's normally like, depending on the school, there might be a ballet audition and a modern audition, or, you know, whatever style the school has. Sometimes they have like, they want you to bring a headshot or resume, or sometimes you have to have a dance reel. It just depends on the school. So, yeah.
At Oklahoma University, we had a ballet audition and we had tap, and then I had lunch, and then I went back and did the jazz, and then I did my solo. So I did all of the styles on the same day. It was a very long day, but yeah.
Is it more workshop style? Like, do they show you a piece and then you kind of like do it the same, or is it mostly like you're bringing your choreography in to show off?
Yeah, for my audition, it was very much like a workshop. The teachers would come in, they taught their combinations. We would do it as a group. For ballet, we obviously had like multiple combinations. So we did across the floor first, and then we did center. So they would just teach it to us and we would do it. But like for my jazz audition, they just taught one combination. So it was like a longer dance, and we just kept doing it over and over again. So it was just like a class. It was so much fun. And the parents also got to sit in on the auditions, which was so cool. They were just like sitting in the back watching us, because Oklahoma City University really emphasized transparency. And so that was a really cool process too. But yeah, it felt just like I was taking classes.
That's awesome. So what was it that sold you on the college you chose?
So I really like the small class sizes. Oklahoma City University is really small, and I always tell my friends and family that like it's just like FWAFA on a bigger scale. Like I just love how small it is and how tight knit everybody is. But also, it's the only program in the nation that offers tap. I don't know if you could find another one. I haven't heard of it. And that's why the director like started it, because there was no tap in any other program in the nation. And so she started her own program. And so that's what I really liked about this college. And also, they let me do everything. So as a dance major, I also have to take singing lessons, and I have to take costuming and tech. Like I have to do it all. And I just love that so much. Like I don't have to choose one thing. I just get to do all of it, which is so nice.
It is. That's really awesome. Candace, do you want to tell everybody just a little bit about where you're at in the process?
Yes. So my decision is a little bit in flux right now with everything going on and just this year. But my top two dance schools were TCU and OU. And the reason I personally really like them is because they both have strong ballet programs and modern programs. So something I wish I kind of knew is that each school, like, there's like commercial dance programs, there's concert dance programs, and there's kind of like mixes, and you have to kind of see what you're interested in. So like there's schools like Pace and Chapman and Studio School that are going to be really commercial, and then there's schools like Butler that's like very ballet based. And so for me, I was looking for schools that had modern and ballet programs, a lot like FWAFA. And so TCU is really great, and OU is really great. So that's kind of where I was at.
Have you guys heard anything about what school will look like in the fall?
For
go ahead.
For OU, it's going to be, I think from the schools I've heard of, they're going to be really smaller classes, but it's going to be pretty normal.
So Oklahoma City University is already a really small school, which is nice because they don't have to worry about it as much. But they did say they're still going to make the classes smaller. And for dance especially, it's going to be a little tricky. We're going to have to like divide classes even more. But they did mention that we might end at Thanksgiving break and do online classes from then until December. And then we would go back for second semester in January. That's pretty interesting. I don't know how that's going to work. But they do want to keep the freshman orientation week. They're working very hard to like still make that happen. It's really important to them.
Yeah, I think that's important just as a transition in. It'd be nice if y'all got to have that.
Candace, has OU said anything about football?
I have not heard anything, but fingers crossed. I hope it's all going to be good.
Boomer sooner.
So in what ways during the application and audition process do you feel like your support systems helped you? Who was it? Was it parents, friends, teachers?
So my mom helped me the most. She was always by my side, helping me fill out all my applications, and she helped me with my Common App and like scheduling the actual auditions. And then Miss Van Dyke wrote a bunch of recommendation letters for me, and she gave me my transcripts, which really helped the process. And then also Miss Langford took pictures, and she took so many videos for me because I was applying for TCU, and so I had to like video my solo. And so she helped me with that. So my teachers and my mom, they just helped a lot with the process.
Yeah, I would say teachers and parents are going to be the biggest. And finding people who go to each school is like so valuable because like you think you know the program, but if you talk to someone who's actually been in it, it's just so much more. You really feel like you understand it better. TCU, definitely, they kind of have a weed out process for their dance like auditions, and so they really make you do a lot of stuff. And my mom was definitely super helpful, as well as Miss Langford. Just like use all the resources and teachers you have. Just really talk to them because their experience is really valuable.
Yeah, to piggyback, Candace actually knew somebody that graduated from Point Park, and I did too. And so we both like compared notes during that time. So it's also just really nice to know people from schools and talk to your friends, compare notes.
You guys have already kind of offered some advice. Do you have any other advice or things that you wish you knew starting the process?
Some advice that I would give is, if it is at all possible, during the summer, you should be researching schools. Like if you want to study dance specifically, you should be researching schools and come up with at least 2 that are like top on your list. And I would do the early decision auditions if possible, because for OCU example, they only let in for OCU, for example, they only let in 60 incoming freshmen as dance majors. And so in my audition in October, there were 40. And I wouldn't be surprised if they let most of those people in because those people were talented. So then for their 3 other auditions, they only have, 30 or 20 spots left. So if possible, the early decision auditions would be so beneficial to you because you'd have a better chance to get in, and also a better chance to get more scholarships for dance.
Yeah, I think for me, I just didn't totally know what I wanted. Like, I wasn't sure if I wanted to major in dance, so it was really hard. Like, do I visit schools? Like, it was hard to kind of figure out since I didn't know what I wanted, I was scared to like really take action and go out and do auditions and all this stuff. So I would just say go and really visit, if you can, visit the schools. That's really helpful to kind of get the feel. And just, I think everyone says this, but start earlier than you think you need to, because it's a lot. And Ariana's so right, like do the early auditions if you can, because I mean, sometimes like I wasn't really considering TCU until a little bit later. And so it gives you opportunities to go to the auditions that you weren't expecting to. And that might be the school you end up going to. So just like let yourself have time and do things you want to do ahead.
You guys got to go on a trip also, right? For dance, and there were some auditions while you were on that trip.
Yes, we went to Pittsburgh in February, and Candace and I both participated in auditions. So there were about like 100 colleges there, maybe more, and we just had one big audition. We like warmed up with ballet, and then we did some contemporary combinations. And so all these college reps were just in the audience watching us, and they wrote down our numbers if they were interested. And so that was really nice because after that audition, we got to go talk to different college representatives. And yeah, we auditioned for so many colleges in just that one day, which was really nice.
Do you know if anybody who went on that trip heard back from any of the colleges? How does that work? Do they reach out to you if they're interested?
So it's like you audition, and then they have like a number wall, and they put your number up if they're interested in you, and you go talk to them, and they'll give you scholarship offers. They might ask you to take their class. And I think it's a really great opportunity. It's a little harder for seniors. I think it's better for juniors. So like for us, it wasn't as helpful, I think, because it's so late in the year.
And there were juniors who went on that trip also, correct?
Yes,
yeah.
There were.
Okay.
So actually, I think Adrian Green graduated he graduated a couple years ago, and he decided to go to Point Park after going to that festival. So none of us decided on colleges based on from that audition, but that has happened in the past.
That's good. And I'm sure it's just a great, experience, especially for the juniors who are going, because they'll be doing auditions more after that.
Mm-hmm.
And they also have summer intensives. So when we were auditioning, we weren't auditioning for just colleges. We were auditioning for their summer intensives too. And so I actually got into a summer intensive called Paradance, and it was in New York. And I was going to go. I was so excited. And then it got canceled because of COVID. But that's also really nice. If you are going as a senior, you don't have to audition just for the colleges. Like we auditioned for the summer intensives too.
That's good to know. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questioning. Unless, Ketty, can you think of anything else? So if anybody has any questions, feel free to type them into the comment box. And just oh, go ahead.
While we're waiting for them to ask questions, do you guys have any quick tips for the audition itself? So if you're going to a college audition, do you have things you do to stand out, or things you do to help yourself get in the right headspace?
I would say if the college allows it, wear a bright color leotard. It always points you out. They can always, if you wear a bright pink or something, they're going to be able to spot you. But also you should wear something that you're comfortable in, because when you're confident, it will show up in your dancing. it's going to make such a big difference. So just make sure that you wear something comfortable to the audition and that you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, that's so true. Like I always tell people you're 30% smarter in a positive frame of mind. And so like if you wear something like your favorite leotard, even if it's not colored, like I would go with your favorite leotard. And if it's colored, then like great. But just go in what you're comfortable in. Be really like prepare yourself, have a good mindset before, eat really good. I think that's super important. Sometimes we underestimate how what we eat affects our mental state. So I think like eat right before your audition, and just feel comfortable.
Do they have requirements typically at the auditions regarding, what you're wearing?
OCU was very strict about that. So my audition was actually the whole weekend because we had like a tour involved with that, and they told us what to wear on the tour. Like they said, oh, jeans, if you wear jeans to this tour, like you're gonna get some points off. They said to dress very nice and business-like. So I wear a dress actually, but yes, they were very specific on that. And then for our leotards, they told us light colors. They couldn't be like neon. Like we could have colored leotards, which is nice. But yeah, they said to keep it light colored. And then they told us what color tights to wear and what shoes we needed.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most extreme I've ever heard. Most schools, it's going to be pretty basic. If it's a ballet audition, ballet tights. If it's like OU, they only allow black leotards. I think most places will allow black or colored. Just check. Like, there's nothing more stressful than like showing up and you're wearing the wrong thing. Like, that's just as hard. You can totally get over it, but like mentally, that's something that would be hard for me. So like preparing yourself is really good.
Anybody have any questions? How long have both of you been dancing?
I've been dancing
since I was 4.
I've been dancing kind of, I started when I was probably like 8 maybe, and then I kind of stopped for a while, and then I started back at FWAFA, and I took it more seriously kind of middle school, high school.
I started competition dance at 4, and I did that until I was 12. And then I realized that I needed more ballet training because I wasn't strong in that, and so I've been doing ballet ever since then.
Okay, well, it looks like we'll be able to wrap up early. Ketty, can you think of anything else?
I don't think so. Do you guys have any other like suggestions or pieces of advice for just applying to college in general?
I think like Candace was saying, just give yourself enough time. And also college, like applying for college is stressful, but it's not the end of the world. Do not stress yourself out too much to where it just like you can't do anything, because there will always be like a next step. Like if you can't figure out what you want to do this year, you could always do it the next year. But no matter what, everything is gonna be okay. So just keep that in mind. And especially at dance auditions, like don't stress yourself out too much, because then you'll just do bad and you'll keep messing up. Just stay calm and know that everything will be okay.
Yeah.
Quick question, how has FWAFA helped you with preparing for your journey?
I think having to audition, like if I'm an ADC, or I was, so like auditioning every year was probably really helpful. I think the more auditions you do, the more comfortable you feel. And I think the teachers are just so helpful. Miss Langford is always like open to questions about her experience at TCU. I talked to Miss Torres about her experience at Baylor with the dance minor. So yeah, all of that has been super helpful.
Yeah, I think just taking classes every day because, on Wednesdays and Fridays, I had dance for 6 hours. I only had one academic class on those days this year. And so just taking all those classes really helped. And then I also got to aid with Miss Torres. And so I got teaching experience from that too, which was so nice. I feel like that has helped so much. And then also for ADC, when they bring in guest choreographers, we have up that choreography so quickly, and that has helped my mental game so much, like just learning that choreography and learning how to pick it up quickly and just roll with the punches, just like keep up with the pace of everything. It's really helped.
Mm-hmm.
So just so everybody knows, ADC is our resident dance company. All right, well, I guess we'll go ahead and just tune out. I appreciate y'all coming on and doing this.
Yeah, of course.
Candace, good luck with your decision.
I was going to say the same thing.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, y'all have a good summer.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Ketty, thanks for doing this all week.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you for doing it.
It was. All right, y'all take care. Bye.